You've probably been watching the garden videos and you saw that I've really been focusing this year on tomatoes. And here's the side effect where you can see, this is just today's picking. I have so many cherry tomatoes this year, been giving them away, but still have an abundance of them. So what do? Well, I thought we'd make a very simple tomato and basil sauce, pasta sauce today, because you're in the kitchen with Padre. Like so many quick sauces, I mean, you just take these tomatoes with a little garlic and olive oil and make a really good sauce. But we're going to take it up a notch. I'm going to put some olive oil. This is garlic flavored olive oil. You don't have to use garlic flavored olive oil. I use it because I like the taste of garlic. I can't get enough garlic. I'm just going to move those things around a bit. You know, then lose one or two. And then we're going to put some salt in this. Salt, we're going to put some pepper in it. Basically, you just want to make sure that the tomatoes are covered. I'm going to pour them on a double-lined baking sheet. Why do I double-line it? Because when you're cooking things, aluminum foil seems to, at times, run through. I'm going to put this in under the broiler. We're going to really broil it. It's going to intensify the flavor of the tomatoes. So we're going to keep them under the broiler until they start looking burnt on the top. Just have to watch it. I'm thinking about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Meanwhile, what we're going to do is start the base of our sauce. So we're very generous with the olive oil. So I'm going to say in this size container, you want to use a big pan because the pasta is going to end up cooking and finishing off inside here. So, and then this has got to cover all the pasta. So I'm looking at like maybe 4 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're going to take this pasta. This is imported pasta. It's called Trattori. And it just got a really funky shape to it. Catches lots of sauce, that's what I wanted. So I'm going to put this in here, and it recommends that you cook that for 9 minutes. I'm going to do it for 7, because then we're going to strain it out of there and put it in here. It's going to finish cooking in here. So it's going to be al dente, firm to the tooth. And then you're going to put it in here and it'll soften down so that we can eat it. So into this pan, which I'm heating up now on high, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of anchovy paste. Now, if you have anchovies, you can use anchovies. They just melt in. So many people say, oh, I hate anchovies. I don't like to have the taste of anchovies at all. But most Italian dishes, you don't even know that there's anchovies in it. It just adds a flavor balance. So I take one thing, we're just gonna, this is just gonna melt into the oil. And now I want to introduce you to an ingredient that I actually just discovered myself. It's called calabrese. That's actually the area of Italy that my father's family is from. It's called calabrese chili pepper paste. And it's not easy to find, and when you find it, it's kind of expensive. But oh boy, does this add a nice flavor to almost all your sauces. So I'm using a heaping teaspoon because I want this a little spicy today. You have to use this according to taste because it is very, very spicy. But you cook it down into all these other flavors. Now I'm going to turn my temperature down, kind of incorporating the anchovy with the pepper paste. I like garlic, so you, oh, that's better. So what you don't want is your garlic to burn. Once it burns, it gets really kind of bitter. So right away, we're going to put some table wine into the bottom of the pot. We're just going to let all these different spices and flavors kind of marry with each other. Break that garlic up. Garlic will cook down. Pepper paste will cook down. And when our tomatoes come out, we'll throw the tomatoes in here and then toss that with lots of butter. And then it's going to cover our pasta. This is good quality butter, Italian butter. That is, here's my, it's high butter fat. It's unsalted. You see we're building a sauce here. See it's starting to, the butter makes it thicker. So that's going to melt down in there. Then we're going to get a lot of liquid. These are starting to kind of blacken on the top, and that's about where you want them. You don't want to leave them too long in there. They're going to be overcooked. So we're going to take these out. And we're just going to slide them. I'm showing this. Come on over. Slide these into your sauce. There we go. Put this over here. Okay. Now, at this point, we're going to transfer. Now we got plenty of liquid. We're going to transfer, turn the heat up. We're going to start transferring the slightly underdone pasta noodle into this. The starch from the pasta will thicken the sauce. And if necessary, when this cooks down a bit, we will put some of the pasta water in. It's kind of a big thing, strainer to use for this, but what was here? Okay. I think there's one or two left. Get it all. Turn this off. Now start stirring in the pasta into the tomato sauce. Yeah, I think that's just about right because you don't want your tomatoes all broken down inside here. And the liquid inside here is going to finish cooking off the pasta. I'm just going to keep gently moving the stuff around inside this pan. You see why we needed a big pan? It has to hold all the pasta. Now I'm going to start probably in 2 installments. This is just grated cheeses. I've got provolone, I've got fontina, Asiago cheeses. Soft, very pungent. Because you remember this is a spicy sauce and we want to kind of balance that spice with the creaminess. We'll put the cheese and work it in. You can see how we started with a pan full of liquid and now it's starting to be reduced because the pasta begins to absorb the liquid. I think this has taken about 25 minutes to make. If it doesn't have what you want, then try something else. But you see this has turned into a nice creamy sauce. I have not had to put any pasta water, but if it's too dry, always just add a couple ladles of pasta water and it'll loosen it up. So now we finish this off by fresh basil. And my crop this year has been so great. So I have plenty of basil. all summer long. Usually basil like grows just like what's that we use in Hispanic cooking? It's cilantro, yeah. So it starts seeding right away, but this year it did not. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Okay, there you have. I'll just call this spring pasta, tomato basil with a little kick because of the chili paste. Wow, it's wonderful.
Oh my gosh. It's so good. I love it. It has a little kick to it.
Yeah, creamy.
Ooh, it gets hotter after it's...
Yeah, it kind of grows.
Yeah.
You're in the kitchen with Padre.